Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Yes, thank you.
Admission of lawyers. Nicholas McCallum Astridge.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Nicholas McCallum Astridge, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicholas McCallum Astridge be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eden Rose Blair.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Eden Rose Blair, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eden Rose Blair be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Louise Busuhal.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Louise Boserhal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Louise Buserhal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Callum Douglas Brunton.
May it please the court, I move that Callum Douglas Brunton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Callum Douglas Brunton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Estefan Gear Bugarin.
May it please the court, I move that Estefan Gia Bugarin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Estefan Gear Bugarin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yen Thu Boy.
May it please the court, I feel honoured to move that my friend and colleague be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yen Thu Boy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claudia Trevisan Carrozza.
May it please the court, I move that Claudia Trevisan Carrozza be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Claudia Trevisan Carrozza be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rebecca Veronica Josephine Carroll.
May it please the court, I move that Rebecca Veronica Josephine Carroll be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rebecca Veronica Josephine Carroll be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sean Philip Castro.
May it please the court, I move that Sean Philip Castro be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sean Philip Castro be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Johanna Charles.
May it please the court, I move that Johanna Charles be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Johanna Charles be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ka Man Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Carmen Chang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Carmen Cheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sadiq Quasi Chowdhury.
May it please the court, I move that Sadiq Quasi Chowdhury be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sadiq Quasi Chowdhury be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Erman Kodmani.
May it please the court, I move that Aman Kadmani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Iman Kodmani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christian Dela Cruz Connell.
May it please the court, I move that Christian Dela Cruz Connell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christian Dela Cruz Connell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claire Mary DeFries.
May it please the court, I move that Claire Mary DeFries be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Claire Mary DeFries be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Alice Dixon.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Alice Dixon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Alice Dixon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
William James Stoddard Elsom.
May it please the court, I move that William James Stoddard Elsom be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let William James Stoddart Elsom be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Taylor Marie Fideli.
May it please the court, I move that Taylor Marie Fideli be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Taylor Marie Fideli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chanel Garib.
May it please the court, I move that Chanel Garab be admitted as a lawyer of this
Let Chanel Goreb be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Phoebe Rose Gladish.
May it please the court, I move that Phoebe Rose Gladish be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Phoebe Rose Gradish be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Oliver Wilson Hackney.
May it please the court, I move that Oliver Wilson Hackney be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Oliver Wilson Hackney be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shahed Jesleen Isam Haddad.
May it please the court, I move that Shahed Jesleen Isam Haddad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shahed Jesleen Isam Haddad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick Lee Hart.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick Lee Hart be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Patrick Lee Hart be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tara Annette Kaur Hartman.
May it please the court, I move that my granddaughter, Tara Annette Kaur Hartman, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tara Annette Kaur Hartman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chabelle Hartum.
May it please the court, I move that Chabelle Hartum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chabelle Hartum be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jody Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Jody Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jody Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lachlan Patrick Farrell Hughes.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Lachlan Patrick Farrell Hughes, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lachlan Patrick Farrell Hughes be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chelsea Madeline Quinn.
May it please the court, I move that Chelsea Madeline Quinn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chelsea Madeline Quinn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Capsis.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Alexandra Capsis, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Capsis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicole Hazel Kelly.
May it please the court, I move that Nicole Hazel Kelly be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicole Hazel Kelly be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stefan Mira Kuzmanovic.
May it please the court, I move that Stefan Mira Kuzmanovic be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stefan Mira Kuzmanovic be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Arthur Sidney Lim.
May it please the court, I move that Arthur Sidney Lim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Arthur Sidney Lim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua James Martin.
May it please the court, I move that Joshua James Martin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua James Martin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liesl Amy Hunt Millard.
May it please the court, I move that Liesl Amy Hunt Millard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liesl Amy Hunt Millard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hamza Muhammad.
May it please the court, I move that Hamza Mahmoud be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hamza Mahmoud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yushita Munjal.
May it please the court, I move that Yushita Munjal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yushita Munjal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicholas Ian Campbell Pettit.
May it please the court, I move that Nicholas Ian Campbell Pettit be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicholas Ian Campbell Pettit be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Louise Courtney Press.
May it please the court, I move that Louise Courtney Press be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Louise Courtney Press be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Elena Raphael.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra Elena Raphael be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Elena Raphael be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Jan Richards.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Catherine Jan Richards, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Catherine Jan Richards be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brianne Margaret Rigby.
May it please the court, I move that Brianne Margaret Rigby be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brianne Margaret Rigby be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Finn Gregory Ryan.
May it please the court, I move that Finn Gregory Ryan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Finn Gregory Ryan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Simran Singhal.
May it please the court, I move that Simran Singhal will be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Simran Singhal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Loris Sayud.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Loris Sayud be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Loris Sayud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lachlan Graham Steele.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Lachlan Graham Steele, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lachlan Graham Steele be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Imogen Skye Stevenson.
May it please the court, I move that Imogen Skye Stevenson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Imogen Skye Stevenson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Tabanel.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Tabanel be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Tabanel be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rommel Tallow.
May it please the court, I move that Rommel Tallow be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rommel Tallow be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wen Lu Dion Tan.
May it please the court, I move Tan Wenlu Dion be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tan Wen Lu Dion be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maggie Tang.
May it please the court, I move that Maggie Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maggie Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Anthony To'ion.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Michael Anthony Torian, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael Anthony Torian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vasily Tiano.
May it please the court, I move that Vasily Tiano be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vasily Tiano be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kelly Tran.
May it please the court, I move that Kelly Tran be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kelly Tran be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Patricia Turner.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Patricia Turner be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabella Patricia Turner be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mark Justin Vermeulen.
May it please the court, I move that Mark Justin Vermeulen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mark Justin Vermeulen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jaika Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Jacko Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jacko Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Robert Lee Williams.
May it please the court, I move that Robert Lee Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Robert Lee Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It would now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to swear an oath or make an affirmation. Would all newly admitted lawyers please stand as directed by the officiating officer?
With the first and second rows, please stand. Nicholas McCallum Astridge, Eden Rose Blair, Chloe Louise Busuhol, Callum Douglas Brunton, Estefan Gear Begarin, Yen Thu Boy, Claudia Trevisan Carroza, Rebecca Veronica Josephine Carroll, Sean Philip Castro, Johanna Charles, Carmen Ching, Sadiq Quasi Chowdhury, Iman Kodmani, Christian Dela Cruz Connell, Claire Mary DeFries, Olivia Alice Dixon. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God, or I do.
Please be seated. Would rows 3 and 4 please stand? William James Stoddard Elsom, Taylor Marie Fideli, Chanel Garib, Phoebe Rose Gladish, Olivia Wilson Hackney, Shahed Jesseline Izam Haddad, Patrick Lee Hart, Tara Annette Kaur Hartman, Charbel Hatton, Jodie Huang, Lachlan Patrick Farrell Hughes, Chelsea Madeline Huynh, Alexandra Kapsis, Nicole Hazel Kelly, Stefan Mira Kuzmanovic, Arthur Sidney Lim, Joshua James Martin, Lysel Amy Hunt Millard, Hamza Muhammad, do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please be seated. If row 5 in front of me could please stand. Rashita Munjal, Nicholas Ian Campbell Pettit, Louise Courtney Press, Alexandra Elena Raphael, Catherine Jan Richards, Brianne Margaret Rigby, Finn Gregory Ryan, Simran Singhal, Sarah Loris Sayud. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. If row 6 and 7 on this side please stand. Lachlan Graham Steele, Imogen Skye Stevenson, Olivia Tabanel, Rommel Tallow, Wailu Dion Tan, Maggie Tang, Michael Anthony Torian, Vasily Tiano, Kelly Tran, Isabella Patricia Turner, Mark Justin Vermeulen, Jaikwei Wang, Robert Lee Williams. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Now that the formal part of the proceedings is complete, on behalf of the Chief Justice and all of the judges of the court, I would like warmly to welcome you to the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and to welcome also your family and friends, including those who are here virtually by watching the ceremony online. I am Justice Ward, the President of the Court of Appeal, and I have the honour to represent the Chief Justice at today's very special ceremony for each of our newly admitted lawyers. Present with me on the bench today is Justice Payne to my right, who is a Judge of Appeal, and Justice Kavanagh to my left, who is a Judge of the Common Law Division. Together we constitute the court, which has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted each of you to practice. I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. I recognise the long-standing customs and traditions of Australia's First Nations peoples and their deep connection with country. I also welcome any of our First Nations peoples who are present here today or watching the ceremony online. In May this year, the court to which you've just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing common law courts in the world. That is something of which we are, and I hope now you will be, immensely proud. We had a great ceremonial sitting in this very courtroom, which was overflowing to mark the occasion. Some very significant speeches were made. We had a very moving welcome to country, accompanied by a didgeridoo player from the gallery up to my left, and a YouTube video of the ceremony is available on the court's website. So for all of those of you who are more technologically capable than me, I encourage you to watch it. To all of the newly admitted lawyers, you are the shining stars of today's ceremony. It is a great pleasure to welcome each of you individually to the legal profession of this state. It is now over 40 years since I was admitted as a solicitor in this very same courtroom. I well recall the solemnity of the occasion. The searching gaze of the then Chief Justice, Sir Lawrence Street, as each lawyer was admitted, a gaze that I confess I have failed properly to emulate, and the excitement and pride of my parents who were here to witness the ceremony. That was the very first time that either of them had set foot in a court, let alone the Banco court. Little did I imagine, or could they have dreamt, that one day I would be presiding over just such a ceremony. Perhaps that particular honour lies in the future for one of today's cohort of lawyers. I've referred to my own admission ceremony, which is, of course, now part of ancient history, for a number of reasons. First, because although much has changed in the legal profession over the years, the traditions and fundamental ethos of our profession have not. In being admitted as a lawyer today, you have joined a centuries-old profession with ancient origins. The custom of advocates swearing an admissions oath dates back to the 12th century. Our wigs and robes might well date back as far. The Supreme Court was established in 1823 and first admitted lawyers to practice in 1824. By 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls in this state, as yours will be after this ceremony. So you now have become part of this tradition 200 years later. Perhaps for some of you, or more likely for your family and friends, that's how long it feels that you have been studying to get here today. The continuing traditions of our legal profession are important to acknowledge, particularly in the court's bicentenary year. At the heart of our system of law is the direct relationship between the court and lawyers as officers of the court. The oath or affirmation that you have made today, witnessed by your family and peers, is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. You must always remember that admission as a member of the legal profession is a privilege, not a right. Importantly, today you assume ethical obligations over and above those demanded of you as members of the community. The legal profession is dedicated to upholding the rule of law, one of the most important pillars of a peaceful and democratic society. So the standards expected of legal professionals are correspondingly high. As lawyers, in whatever area you practice, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. You will owe undoubtedly onerous duties to your clients, but you must always remember that your paramount duty is to the court. Among the obligations you acquire to the court are a duty of full disclosure of the relevant law, a duty of candour not to mislead the court or knowingly permit your client to do so, a duty to refuse to permit the commencement or continuance of baseless proceedings, a duty to exercise care before making allegations of misconduct against any other person, a duty not to assist any form of improper conduct, and a duty to conduct cases before the court efficiently and expeditiously. Your duty to the court requires that you comply faithfully with those ethical obligations, no matter what pressures may be placed upon you, and no matter that they may at times conflict with your client's wishes or desires. It is in acknowledgement of this weighty responsibility that we observe today's unique formalities. But not everything in the legal profession has remained unchanged over the years. Some of those changes are the product of changes in our society. When I commenced practice as a solicitor, women did not occupy senior positions in the law. There were no female partners in the large commercial law firms. There was only a handful of female silks, and there were no female judges on this court. And women who appeared in court were not seen if they wore trousers. How has the world changed since then? Not only are women now seen at the highest levels in our profession, but some are even admitted wearing trouser suits, or should I say power suits, today. Some of those changes are the product of technological developments. When I first commenced practice as a solicitor, our firm had Wang computers, and they occupied almost a whole floor of the building. The latest innovation then was the telex machine, or perhaps the golf ball typewriter. Today, you will no doubt work in offices where the computer capacity appears endless, but the space occupied by computers is conversely very small, and communication is almost instantaneous, with email not to mention Zoom. Flexible working arrangements are de rigueur. Of course, with those changes comes increasing work pressures, particularly from clients who expect instantaneous delivery of legal services, and unforeseen dangers. Think of the poor lawyer stuck behind the kitten Zoom filter. So the change that is most important for the future of our profession is the increasing diversity of the profession, and you are visible proof of that diversity. You will each have taken a different, although in many cases similar, path to join the legal profession. You come from different homes, different backgrounds, and different cultures. Some of you, like me, will be the first in your family to have studied law. Others of you, as we have heard from some of the movers today, it's clear, will have had the good fortune to be able to debate legal propositions with other lawyers in your family. Parents, siblings, even grandparents. You may have been able to point out to them the errors of their legal thinking. You will certainly bring to the practice of law different experiences and perspectives, and you will have different expectations and aspirations for your career. The legal profession and the administration of justice are both enriched by that diversity. Diverse representation ensures that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. It is important to the maintenance of the rule of law that the legal profession, including the judiciary, reflects the community which we serve. The second reason that I referred earlier to my own admission ceremony is that today is a celebration not just for you, but also for your family and friends. You will all have worked extremely hard to reach today's milestone, perhaps through caffeine-fueled nights and obscure problem questions, or most certainly through reading more cases than you can hope to remember. You are entitled to be proud of your achievements, and your family and friends are entitled to be proud of you. No doubt many of them will feel they're almost equally qualified to be admitted here today, having shared the knowledge of law that you've gained over the years. Many, no doubt, have been on the receiving end of your finely honed skills of advocacy. And fascinating as the law is, many may well feel that they know more about snails in ginger beer bottles and the cannibalisation of shipwrecked cabin boys than it was ever necessary for them to know. I have no doubt that your family and friends will have played an important role in assisting you to reach today's achievements, and whether providing a helpful sounding board or wielding a notional red pen or just being there for emotional support. Today is a day when you can celebrate together these achievements. You've now entered the real legal world, so to speak. In legal practice, you will now encounter the reality of that world, of eggshell skulls and peppercorn rents, maybe even of Kafkaesque claims. You may meet the mysterious reasonable person, and you will have to apply the Constitution with an understanding that it consists of so much more than the vibe of the thing. You will be called upon as an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, an advocate for the marginalised. You will learn the mysteries of time costing and the pressures of running a legal practice. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with law in a vacuum. You are dealing with the law as it applies to people's lives. You must strive to deliver your legal services competently and fearlessly, with courtesy and integrity. If you were under the impression that this was an end to your studies, then it is my unpalatable duty to tell you that you were wrong. There will always be something new to learn about the law. If it were otherwise, we judges would not so often have our misunderstandings of the law pointed out to us by counsel. And as lawyers, there is no risk that we will suffer from a bibliophobia, which, as you all know, is a fear of lack of reading material. There is no doubt that law can be a stressful occupation. It is important to remember that notwithstanding that you are a diverse group, you now share a common membership of the legal profession. Clients, unsurprisingly, are often demanding. Work may not progress the way in which you would have hoped. You may, and surely this will be rare, encounter difficulty persuading a judge of the wisdom of your arguments or the merits of your client's case. In those times, the support of your peers will be invaluable. Remember to make use of that support. And in that context, I propose now to call upon two young representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar Association and one from the Law Society, to say a few words of encouragement and support. Mr. Lennings, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Nicholas Lennings. I've been practicing at the bar for less than a year, predominantly in commercial litigation. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, whilst also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. The job of a lawyer can be exciting and dynamic. Over the course of your careers, you will deal with fascinating legal and factual problems, but it can also be difficult, tedious, and even heartrending. When those moments come, I've always found comfort in understanding what my service as a lawyer means to society as a whole. That responsibility is a great privilege. After finishing my undergraduate studies, I was a tipstaff in this court. It was that role which in earnest kindled my passion for the legal process and argument. From that point on, albeit with a few twists and turns along the way, my path to the bar was set. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. And each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice, as a reader, you receive particular assistance from two barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those two barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to be involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, of which I am a member, which organises social and educational functions for barristers of 0 to 5 years, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist the community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession, and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you, Mr. Lennings. Ms. Di Stefano, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Elise Di Stefano, and not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It is not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 6 years and now working as a senior associate at Colin Biggers and Paisley, I can tell you I have already learned a thing or two. One of the most important things that I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members from far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been part of New South Wales Young Lawyers, first as a student and then the Law Society of New South Wales for the last 10 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. May it please the Court.
Thank you, Mr. Stefano. In closing, can I say that in my experience, the law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it is populated by intellectual, committed, and dynamic people. On a relatively recent appeal over which I presided, Senior Counsel made what to me was a somewhat surprising submission to the effect that at some stage in every lawyer's career, that lawyer will say, "I don't want to be a lawyer, I want to be a television producer." Well, I can say that submission was not particularly persuasive. Apart from the fact that I am notoriously camera shy, I've never regretted my decision to become a lawyer. You should be proud to be a lawyer, and you should strive to perform your obligations so that you can remain proud to be a lawyer. You are also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby to sign of the court, to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you will be presented gratis with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, A History of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, 1824 to 2024, as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. I do hope that you take the time to read and enjoy it. It has a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court of which you have now become an officer. On behalf of all the judges of the Supreme Court, and particularly those with me on the bench today, Justice Payne and Justice Kavanagh, I offer my sincerest congratulations on your admission. I welcome you to the legal profession, and I hope you have a suitable celebration with your family and friends. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.